Okay. The formal meeting from November 12th, 2024 is now in session. Let's see what we have. Copies of minutes of that meeting have been posted on the city website. Copies of reports. Do you have? I hear two of you have copies. Not clear? Okay. Okay. Youth department report, please. And you'll be posting it? Logan?
Where's the?
Yeah.
This one?
Yeah.
No, it's down.
Hey, Liz, take it away.
Logan, it's not displaying. It's still loading right now. That's been a wait.
You're not moving.
It's not on picture, so. So, and what's happening at the youth department, this month, we've been working with our staff, being engaged and proactive when it comes to our participants. They're making sure to do their check-in questions when they get there, trying to assess their feelings, how they're doing, so staff can provide the appropriate emotional support as needed throughout the program. We also completed our quarterly full-time staff reviews and our biannual part-time staff reviews last month. The reviews help us focused on helping our staff see their areas of strength as well as the areas they need to grow in so that we can work together to improve the quality of programming we're offering our families. Each staff worked to identify a goal to help them improve their performance, and we're also given the opportunity to offer feedback to their supervisors and the departments so that the opportunity to grow. Our program coordinator, Nakira, is working on a big end of the year trip that'll be funded through Friends of Hudson Youth. Typically, this trip prioritizes the children and families that are already registered with the department for programming, but will also be open to any of the kids in the community if we don't fill the seats for the already registered families. Nakira is also working on getting everything ready for our youth department basketball league, which officially starts in January, and we're still looking for coaches. And if you want to volunteer for that, just reach out 518-828-0017. We've also been exploring bringing back a tutoring program to the center. We met with the Dean for Social Action from BARD last month to discuss options through their student run program. We're excited to move forward with the partnership as it develops. Hopefully that'll start within the new year. And we had a very eventful October. At the K through 2 programming, they had a lot of different hands-on activities. They went apple picking. They created explosive pumpkins with the early learning literacy program with Miss Linda. They painted their own pumpkins. They learned new games. They had cooking came back to them for this month. They at the Sylvia Center, and they got to make pita pizzas. Circus was there as always, doing a lot of the favorites. They got to be outside for a lot of circus because this has been a unseasonably warm month, for better or worse, so we've been taking advantage of it. They also got to do bilingual story time at the Hudson Area Library. They listened to stories in Spanish, learned some Spanish words, and took home some of their own resources to continue doing that reading and learning. One thing we've really noticed with the kids there, which is pretty typical, they really love doing the hands-on activities. So anything where they can, be really engaged, hands-on, the exploding pumpkins, the pizza, they're really into that. So we're hoping to keep engaging them in those ways. There's just some photos of some of the activities that they've been doing. This past month at the youth center, we've introduced the youth debate and advocacy club with Emily Smith. She's a legal assistant at Whitbeck, Benedict and Smith law firm. The Youth Debate and Advocacy Club provides invaluable opportunities for its members to develop critical thinking skills in argumentation, public speaking, and community engagement. This program is offered weekly for approximately 45 minutes. And one of the biggest highlights we see is how engaged they are in that program. They were a little hesitant at first, but once they got into it and saw how they could learn to effectively debate and use those skills to argue, they were really into it. They've also been working on doing research, find valid resources to support their arguments as well, which is important. So know what some good resources are, what's true and what's not. We've also continued with our regular art school at Columbia County. The school, they worked with the kids to make some of the decorations for our Halloween parties. The kids decorated pumpkins not only at the youth center, but they were also invited to a local movie theater where they carved pumpkins and got snacks. And Bindles to Circus is always continues to be one of our best programmers. And they also had Sylvia's back as well. For this past month for the teen evenings, we held the boundary with our registration. So for the first couple of months, we kind of let it slide, like get your registration in, get your registration in. We finally had to hold that firm boundary. Grace period's over. If your registration's not in, you can't come. That it did increase the registration, but also lowered the attendance for a little while they all had to go get that done. But we're anticipating both registration and participation to increase, and it'll be interesting as we go into basketball season. Again, it always depends on when and where the games are, whether or not we have kids showing up. But they got the carved pumpkins with the staff on top of their regular activities, and they've been working with Nakira, our program coordinator, to try and find some more programs that they would be interested in having at teen programming. Here's the numbers. Again, like I said, with teen registration, the daily average was low because we were holding that boundary. And so even after this report, there were a few more registrants already. So that number is definitely
93 across all age groups.
And then community engagement. So last month at the youth center, we played host to the annual chess tournament facilitated by the county supervisor Abdus, Director Bear Promise Neighborhood Joan, and Gary Dempsey from the community. Senator Michelle Hinchy and Assemblywoman Dee Dee Barrett were there. It was for experts, intermediates, and kids. It's a free event to kids under 10, $20 for adults, and it was a good event and people had a lot of fun. We also hosted the first of a series of conversations with the superintendent at the youth center. Parents from the community were present, along with Youth Commissioner Maya Reed and Youth Department Assistant Director Calvin Lewis. This event's going to be ongoing, and all community members are encouraged to attend. The meetings will be every third Thursday of the month. With the exception of this month, it's going to be on the 14th. That needed to be rescheduled.
Superintendent, do you mean Hudson City School District?
Yeah. So it's an opportunity to come talk to Dr. Pennyman about any issues, concerns you have an open conversation. Sometimes she has things that are going on at the district that she'll present. But it's a really great opportunity. We're hoping people will take more advantage of it because she's there, ready, willing to have conversations and looking for people to participate. So far, it's typically the same people every week, so it'd be nice to get some more.
I'm sorry, what days and what time is that again?
It is the third Thursday typically, but this month it's going to be on the 14th. And they're at 6 p.m. Like I said, we're currently taking registration for our youth department basketball league. Last year we had over 150 kids sign up. We had 70 kids in our skills and drills, and we were able to have 4 teams in each of our older age groups. We're hoping those numbers are going to increase as the league grows and improves. We're still looking for volunteers and coaches. So if you are interested in coaching or volunteering in any way, reach out. If you want to find our registration, it is still up on our website, cityofhudsonyouth.org. We spent some time 2 weekends ago doing some maintenance over at Oakdale. I don't know if you've gotten over there. The piles of wood chips were there for a while. We finally got to work. We put those down on the paths. We did around from the playground towards the platform and then back up the other side of the trail where we were able to access it. We didn't do any work on the back yet because still technically not our property at this point. We did maintain the trails that are starting to maintain, and we did put in the steps that have been in progress since before I started, and those finally got finished. And that was amazing. CLC did a great job. We had some volunteers come in from the community as well, and it was a really great day. Another, I think it was like 75 degrees that day. So we got a lot of work done with the nice weather. And then there's just some pictures of the work that they did. The building of the stairs was really impressive. They did a great job. And then there's a before and after with the trail with all the exposed roots, have it up, make it a little safer now. And then just some pictures of the volunteers. And then, as always, if you want information, check out our social media pages or our website.
How far are we with the Oakdale survey?
The survey has been completed and we have talked to, National Grid about the next steps. And there's just some paperwork on their end from their survey that we're hoping to get back. So we can figure out what the process would be.
And that's for the whole Oakdale, including the area where the.
We did our own
Okay.
survey for the grants, through Crawford and Sons. That one's been completed and submitted as well
So now we can start the meetings.
for the park grant. Yeah.
Awesome.
Any questions for Councilman? Comment?
Let me know when there's checkers, because I'm a test guy, I'm a checkers guy.
I will definitely let you know. I'll be at that one.
It's gotta be a big checkers. So 2 months ago, I had a conversation with you regarding the van unauthorized
Mhm.
use in out of the city. So since that time, obviously, the van has been used unauthorized, I believe, at least twice. What is the plan of corrective action, that it doesn't happen again? Because I spoke about mileage, you said it wasn't a need, and what is the plan of corrective action? So because of liability, the van disappearing, what is the corrective action in place now?
We immediately implemented binders that have driver, location, mileage, damage, and cleanliness tracking.
So every time they take the vehicle,
And we have a transportation coordinator, one of our full-time rec attendants, who does all of our transportation coordinating, checks those binders every Monday to make sure everything lines up.
what about the key? Obviously, the key was taken, so what about the access to the keys?
The keys are behind the locked door inside a locked building. We have a couple cameras that'll be able to tell us when they're accessed.
I think that's great, just because insurance wise, right?
Oh,
And
for
now
sure.
policy's there, so
Yeah.
now it helps liability. But thank you for implementing that.
Anyone else from the council? Margaret?
Yeah, so the use of the physical church on Union, we're renting that property, correct, for after school. Who is using that space?
That's where our kindergarten through second grade program is.
And so that's just from like 3 to 5 or 6 in the evening?
It's 2:30 to 5:30.
Okay, and nobody else uses that?
I think they might rent it out to another group twice a week.
No,
But nobody from us.
From you,
From our-
you just
yeah.
have it, okay. Okay, thank you.
Anyone else? Council? Public? Online? Thank you, Liz.
I just do want to say, I know we have a special meeting coming up to discuss the budget. If you guys want to send me some questions ahead of time so I can give you the most thorough answers, that's fine. Send me an email and I'll have some answers prepped for you. So,
Thank you.
Liz,
Thank you.
when am I gonna get my updated numbers?
I'm working on it. The reason you don't have it now is like the number that you got last year was towards the end of the year. We have a rolling admission, so we've only been going for 2 months, which is why the numbers are low. We get more and more as we go. So I'm compiling the previous data before I compile this year's data. So as soon as I
What
have it,
I'm
I'll get
looking
it to you.
for is, in any given month, a snapshot, here's a unique count of the kids who were part of the program. So they don't all come every day.
Mhm.
Of the month you just reported, it was 93. Of those 93 people, where did they live?
All right.
That's easy. And that's what you gave me last year.
Yeah, it is. I will see what I can do to get it. Yeah, it is on top of everything else I'm trying to get ready for.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Liz. Okay. Fireman. Right now, quick easy. All right, we had 39 calls last month, 1 fire, which was mutual-aid Greenport. We had 2 motor vehicle accidents with injuries, 1 search for a person in the water, missing person in the water, which was out in Galatia. We were able to get that individual out before we made it there. 2 elevator incidents, 1 at the library, which I believe we pulled a couple people out of there, 1 at CMH. 3 hazardous conditions, 1 was an electrical problem on Glenwood. The other was an overheated unit in the middle of the night at the school, we got called in there for.
We had 3 standby cover assignments. One was in Greenport, one was in Stuyvesant, the other was in Livingston for their fire that they had down there. We had 2 good intent calls and 25 false alarms, 39 calls for the month. Both last pictures we got a few weeks ago, the show was done. It's supposed to be completed this week. He just sent out the radios for it. Last week, they should have been there Monday, so hopefully this week we have should be done. We should be getting a notification with it being done and completed and then make the arrangements to get it down here. Other than that, tomorrow morning, 7 guys from the firehouse are going down to New Jersey for the fire down there in Orange County. They're on 72-hour deployment. We'll be down there until Friday at the minimum. So we'll be going with other people down from around the county. They put the mutual aid plan in Monday or Sunday, over the weekend they started. Crews have been going down during the week. This would be our first deployment, so hopefully that's it for that. So, other than that, what we got.
Thank you. Questions, comments?
Be safe with that, going down there.
Yeah, thank you.
What was the cause of the elevator in the library, you know?
I don't think there was an actual call. It was stuck between floors. And they had to, I don't even know if they brought it down, if they were able to get it down, but they had to get them, I actually had to shut the power out and bring them out through it.
Okay,
It was, other than that.
so no smoke related or anything?
No, it was just a malfunction with the elevator, which is common when you, what, a new roll, you know, happens.
Yeah. Common but scary, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you.
Council members, anyone? Public? Okay, thanks. Thank you. Mia, are you online? Getting report. From them. Police, chief is unavailable tonight and Lieutenant Miller will be
Hi, everyone.
our guest.
Your space there.
You're off the bench.
My name's Lieutenant Dave Miller, if you don't know me, second in command at HPD. I'm just gonna, Chief Franklin is a little bit under the weather, so I'm just gonna give the monthly reports to you guys. I already sent these out to you guys. For use of force is 0 for the month of October. We had 67 arrests for the month of October. We had 9 emotionally disturbed calls and only 1 drug overdose, which we gave Narcan to, and the person's fine. No deaths or anything like that. I just want to mention in October, we arrested a Hudson man. This stuff is on our Facebook, just want to recap it for you guys. So we arrested a man for multiple felony juvenile sex crimes here in the city. It extended outside the city as well, so the state police were also involved. So he's in jail right now. But it was a pretty serious case, and our detectives division did a great job. Detective Dunce was the lead on that, and I'm proud of the work he did on that case. It was a pretty extensive investigation. We also got a letter from the Greenport Rescue Squad from the director out there. Our officers had a call in October. They did CPR, they did great medical work, and they were so impressed by the work, they actually gave a letter for Officer Jen Kaiser and Officer Martinez for doing a great job on that scene. So I just wanted to mention that. Also, if you guys didn't know, in October, we HPD installed 12 cameras on the streets. That was Lieutenant Kaiser over in the corner. That was his assignment. They were all granted a $100,000 grant. So the grant through the state covered all that. That we had cameras before, so it's nothing new. The other ones just became old and obsolete when we moved stations. So it's pretty much just an upgrade to what we used to have. I guess I'm done. Just so you guys also know, we got the Warman station that opened up November 1st on Green Street at the church. So we're happy about that. It's going to be like tonight's going to be down to 28, and I know some people have been using that. And also we redid what you guys got involved with the alarms. So our alarm registration's up to date. So people should be getting letters from us to make sure that they register their alarms. It's a $25 fee. So we're working on that. And I think that's about it for live reporting.
Council members, question, Vicky's.
I noticed somewhere it said there are 47 passings. There were 47 trespassings?
Yes.
What was that for?
These are, a couple of, individuals that continue to trespass at like the Citgo Mart, the the laundry mat place. They just keep on continuously, breaking the law. So the guys will, see them and ticket them for violating the trespass. They don't belong on these properties, but they're continuing to,
That has been happening for a long
Yeah.
time.
Community trespass, that's just,
yeah, it's just a violation. That's the thing. And so you get a ticket and, they move, it goes.
It's just one or a couple of people.
Correct.
It's a multiple. set.
Yeah, it's the same few people that, that's why it says 47, it's the same ones continuously doing.
I want to ask you also, this happened I don't know if it happened, maybe it was a few months ago. Was there an accident on Paddock, around Paddock and Jocelyn? Do you remember?
I can look it
I'll
up.
check too.
Yeah,
And there was an accident though by the library this month. And
Correct.
I was there. I was wondering if, anyone got a ticket for that.
yes. Okay. Lieutenant Thompson, he's commander of patrol, I command over detective, so.
Okay,
Yeah.
so the driver was,
yeah, the driver of the Tesla, I believe, got issued 2 tickets.
I didn't see Tesla, so,
It was like a little Tesla, I think.
there were 2 cars.
Yeah.
It was, okay, thank you.
The PPR, is AET used?
But no, not particularly, it was CPR. But they were just they were impressed with the officers' work and to the point where they wrote us a letter, so I'm proud of the guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
Forever. Oh. No questions? Comments? Public? Bill, you're not technically supposed to be here, but why don't you ask one question and.
I have 2 questions, actually.
Okay, we'll ask 2.
I noticed a camera above the intersection, excuse me, 6 and Columbia, is that the one you were referring to as the new cameras in town? Like 6th in Columbia, or is it, either 6 or 7?
I don't think so from there.
That's 7th in Columbia. So I guess I'm wondering, like, what's the purpose of that? I mean, what are you looking for with that camera? Is it mainly traffic issues if somebody's speeding, but you're not issuing tickets from that particular camera, right?
No, it's not like a speed camera, like, it's just,
So what's its purpose? What's it gonna do for the city?
does a lot for us. Solves crimes, obviously, it monitors
Such crimes as
the
the
traffic.
Bill, let him answer them. Let him answer them.
It monitors the park, because, you said we have a lot of issues inside the park, so
It's half a block from the park.
it still sees the park.
You're hoping that camera can solve a crime that's happening right there and within its view, obviously, right?
These cameras have solved crimes already, and they've only been up for a few weeks.
Oh, yeah, where? Which one?
Okay, that's enough questions. All you Kaiser, could you escort Mr. Houston out, please? You know he's not supposed to come into
Do
the.
you have a warrant? Did the judge sign something that says I'm not supposed to be here?
No, we've already told you multiple times that you are.
Tell me, is it a lifetime ban?
It may be, it's in your bag.
Oh, it may be. You don't know if it is though. Is that correct?
I suggest you get a lawyer if you want.
Yeah, I suggest that if I'm gonna get arrested, that
You're not
you
getting
be careful.
Oh, what is that?
Because you know what a false arrest is, Tom?
Oh, my
Come
God.
on, Bill, let's
I'm
go.
not going anywhere.
Well, they have to conduct business here and they're asking me.
I'll wait for the next question. I'm not going anywhere.
I don't mind answering the one
You guys
question.
can drag me out if you
But that's
want.
up to you, man.
But have Tom tell you why I'm not supposed to be here.
Because numerous members
I'll
of this.
give you a reason.
You want the reason, Bill?
No, tell it to them. What's the illegal, what's
Why don't you
the,
let me talk?
go ahead.
Because numerous members of this council have felt personally threatened and harassed by you.
Okay, what's the actual legal term?
It's called harassment.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Do you have any evidence of that?
we have plenty.
Okay, great.
So that's
Give
why
it to the police. So why'd they let me in here in the first place?
they didn't. No,
They didn't know I was here?
they didn't actually, you were sitting behind them, Jason.
Yeah.
Come on,
Yeah, let's go.
I'm not here to hold up I'm not here to hold up the meeting.
but you already have.
Well, that's because you brought up the issue.
No, you weren't.
It isn't an issue, actually, is it?
Come on, Bill, let's go.
Come on, just go.
Fees? We're gonna speak fees, that's kind of.
What is it?
Maybe pretty please.
No, really, we don't need all this. You don't, we don't, so let's go.
Why is the problem all of a sudden?
Because they want you to wait.
You answered my question.
The whole-
You answered
stop
my
this whole
question.
Function now.
Why was it not a problem 10 minutes ago? Come on, guys.
So you're just sitting here and you gave me an opportunity to answer some questions, now you're acting like a fool.
Judge,
Let's
did the
go.
judge tell you I'm not going to be?
Let's go.
Come on.
You're gonna end up getting, you're
That's
gonna end up
okay.
getting in trouble.
It's okay, I walked in, nobody told me I couldn't be here.
Can you just adjourn the meeting? We'll do meeting another time.
We can do that. So I have a real presentation, people are lined up for a presentation.
I'm disrupting this.
You were disrupting, Bill, you were clearly disrupting. Bill, these gentlemen leave.
Gentlemen.
Yeah,
Please.
Good.
Coming from you, that's real.
yeah, thank you.
People have already left. What was in here?
No, that's not the fair.
Not doing one thing
You're acting
wrong.
like,
Your body's not,
There's no.
What's that?
For me to do in front of
not happy you missed this.
they want you to go.
It's a phone call.
They, they.
Let's go. I'm not playing semantics with you. I'm not here for a show.
It's Tom's security, is he, he told you,
I'm telling you.
you take orders from Tom?
I'm telling you.
Why'd you let me in the first place?
That's the agenda here and there.
It's not? You answered my question.
Bill, let's go.
That's all right.
Okay, I'm really sorry if everybody's there. We're gonna adjourn this meeting.
You know that.
Can we just take a break?
yes.
All right, actually, sorry. We're
Adjourn to the people you know.
okay.
Oh, next.
We'll get to that.
Okay.
Thank you all for attending, sorry.